Hello everybody, today I am working on the Z again. I'm going to be tearing out everything on the inside to prepare for putting in a hydro. This is going to be removing sound deadening and getting the dash and the carpet, the headliner all torn out. At this point, we have the carpet out of the car, and now we can start to remove some of the other parts of the dash. Really, once I get this section out and this section, I can start to install the hydro brake because I just need access back here. Here I am a day later, and we have the whole center console area out. I was thinking about doing the whole dash and messing around with some of like the wiring there, but eventually I will be engine swapping this car, so that'll have to wait till later. All right, so now we have everything removed that we need to be removed to install the hydro. I have the hydro brake here. It's from Henko Autolab. And that can just slide back in place and will essentially just sit right there. Alright, this handbrake has 3 mounting points, and this one, the nut goes underneath the car. This one, the bolts come up from underneath the car and the nuts are on top, so it'll definitely be easier to have somebody help you install this part. Something else that I was able to do off camera, I forgot to film, was I took a chisel and I was able to scrape off a lot of the sound deadening that was here. And I'm also going to take a band file, so I'll get that pretty smooth. You can still feel obviously the texture of it. My hydro brake came with this remote reservoir, so that'll be installed, and that just bolts into the same bolts that the normal clutch reservoir fills to. Mounts to. Alright, but to route the line, we're going to have to take out all of these trim pieces. So to run this line for the reservoir that's in the engine bay, I'm going to have to drill a hole through this boot right here to send it through the firewall. So that's what I'll be working on. So with installing this reservoir, it's nice that Henko Autolab labels the sides for you. So this side is to the master cylinder, but this is the side that I will be installing to the reservoir. I'd hate to install this the wrong way and have to take it out and redo it. Pick off the normal master cylinder reservoir, and this one fits right around it and sandwiches right in between. It does seem easier to put the line on before installing that, so I'm going to go ahead and put the line on. This will be tough to push through the firewall, so I'm going to put the snake through from the outside and then pull out the straight section from the inside and then connect it. What I ended up doing was taking this really long pick tool and just stabbing it completely through to make the hole on the other side, but when I was trying to snake the hole on the left there that I had made, I was mixing up sides with what was accessible. So there you can see where I stuck the pick tool through. is kind of on more of the left side here. But when you're upside down and backwards, I mixed up those sides. Snake pushed through right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this electrical tape and the end of the line and attach it to the end of the snake and then pull it back through. All right, one of the things I'm trying to figure out is when I have my shifter, which I do have kind of a tall shifter, in first gear, I need to be able to pull the handbrake to not contact the shifter. I do have this all the way over to the left as it will go, but I don't think it'll be that common for me to use the handbrake in first gear. Most of the time will be in probably second or third. The other solution is this is the stock shift knob. This sits, you know, a lot lower. Alright, when I test fit, I marked 3 holes with the Sharpie. So you can see a little black dot there, over there, and to the left. I've seen when a lot of people try to drill out these holes, they cut this piece, and I want to see if I can keep this piece in place. The line coming through here, and I ran it behind the bracket for the gas pedal so then it can't all interfere with this gas pedal. And then it tucks under here, and it's right here. So now we can get the hydro, well, we'll get this attached and then we'll get the hydro bolted in, and we start focusing on connecting to the rear brake calipers once that's done. All right, so now this is dropped a little bit. That allows me a little extra wiggle room. You can kind of see my finger right there. All right, so now the hydro is half installed. The bolt that goes down through there is, I was able to get the nut on, and then those 2 bolts, on both the left and the right, I have pushed down. I'll just have to go on the bottom side and tighten those up. This is where it helps to have a helper. I'll have to get my wife to hold the bolt at the top so I can tighten the nut on. Alright, so since I am not dropping the transmission to do this, well, I lowered the transmission from the transmission mounts, but if I remove the transmission, that would have made this a lot easier to install. For this bolt on the left on the inside, there's a piece of metal on the underside that I won't be able to get around. If I had the transmission dropped, I could, you know, grind that off and then get to that hole a lot easier. So for right now, I'm just gonna run with these 2 bolts securely attached, and that should be plenty. Alright, I'm trying to get everything put back together and reinstalled in the car after the hydro. And one of the things I'm finding is this center piece. I'm trying to take out everything, but I kind of want to keep the center, you know, looking pretty neat and organized. So I want to put this piece back. And here, it's interfering. Now I did put this as far to the left as possible, and I did slightly angle it so then it can fit with the extended shifter. So that might be part of the reason why. But it is coming in contact here, and it needs to sit flush and be screwed in back there if I want it to sit in its normal location. Alright, I went ahead and I got the hydro brake and the lines installed, and I got a lot of the trim pieces and head unit reinstalled, so everything here is good to go, other than I still need to notch out the piece for the shift boot here. Alright, so what I'm thinking is, so the T will be right here. I'll probably mount that kind of upside down and just have it sitting like that. Then this side will be connected in there, and we'll come over and go through somewhere right around this area. So I wanted to make sure that wherever I put it, which would come out somewhere around here. All right, I'm ready to start painting the calipers. I got this paint booth little kind of thing ready. So these are Akabono remanufactured brake calipers, imitation calipers. I already did the Akabono upgrade on the back. So I'll just be essentially making another set of calipers. And I already got these taped off. You want to make sure you at least tape off the pistons and the hole where the brake fluid goes. Alright, and I'm using this MRO safety blue paint. Alright, now that I got the calipers and the lines all installed, before I go and get everything properly, you know, cinched down, tied down, this is gonna end up going right here, and I'm gonna use a bolt that threads right into that, and then this will be connected into the front